Preface and Introduction to the Acharnians. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Expatriate in Bangor, Maine. The Acharnians by Aristophanes. Translated by Charles James Billson, 1858-1932. Translator's Preface and Introduction. Preface. In the following translation, I have attempted to present the Acharnians to English readers in the spirit of a lively acting play. With this aim in view, I have rendered the dialogue throughout in the free rhyming metre of modern burlesque, which does not even shrink, upon occasion, from a bad rhyme. It has been the usual practice of translators to represent the Greek iambic metre in English by blank verse, and there is certainly no finer mode of expressing the ordered march of the tragic rhythm. But for the less restrained comic iambic, the loose unrhymed verse generally adopted seems but a poor substitute, giving no adequate compensation for the lost point and emphasis of the original. This point and emphasis I have endeavoured, with scant success, to preserve. English readers must not, of course, take this version to be, even in attempt, Aristophanic. The soul of Aristophanes dwelleth not in a dry place, and his audacious Bacchic license is out of date in the cool shades of modern Protestantism. Some passages in this play have been thus necessarily omitted, and others, for example the phallic hymn, have been, as the only alternative to their omission, hopelessly modernized. The notes are purely explanatory and illustrative, and do not touch upon any points of scholarship. Introduction. The oldest comedy that has come down to modern times is that which Aristophanes produced at Athens in the spring of the year B.C. 425. It has, moreover, the less fictitious interest of being one of the best plays that were ever written. The Acharnians was a bold but good-natured attack upon the Athenian Jingoes, who combined a bitter hatred of Sparta with an intense desire for the aggrandizement of imperial Athens. The critical instinct of great satirists usually inclines them to side with the minority. But Aristophanes had strong and solid reasons for his view of the situation, which might have convinced the most practical statesman. The Peloponnesian War had lasted 5 years, and the Athenians, reduced by the ravages of their enemies, and still more by the terrible visitation of the plague, had shown an elasticity under sufferings almost unparalleled in history. Their pride, so far from falling with their fortunes, rose higher at every reverse, and shrank from making overtures of peace to the exulting Spartan. This sanguine buoyancy of disposition prepared those who knew Athens best for the astounding levity which afterwards marked her conduct. But while there were many who saw no hope for their fellow countrymen, if they strayed too far from the old and well-tried paths, and who distrusted their airy visions and perpetual childish longing for some new thing, yet these were for the most part, like poor relenting Nicias, unable to stem the tide of popular enthusiasm, and either turned it to their personal advantage, or were swept away to their destruction. Aristophanes, however, under the mask of comedy, did not hesitate to oppose, with all his powers of ridicule and invective, the fatal delusion of the people. It is in this play that he first speaks out boldly in favour of peace, and the apologetic though firm tone which he assumes shows the risk which he ran. His apprehensions were not realized, for the volatile Athenians, always ready to enjoy a joke at their own expense, only laughed good-humouredly and gave him the first prize. They were content to kiss the rod without profiting by its correction. The Acharnians are well chosen to represent the most bitter zealots of the war. Their fertile and populous suburb, which lay about 8 miles from Athens, was desolated year after year by the invasions of Sparta, and their military character is evidenced by the fact that at the commencement of the war they furnished 1/10 of the whole regular infantry. The scene of the play is laid on the Pnyx, the meeting place of the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?